the name Sleepwaker comes from our vocalist and I both having sleep issues when we were younger. Like I had sleep paralysis. He had sleep paralysis. We both had insomnia. We both like have regular nightmares and recurring dreams and stuff like that. And we're like, that's kind of an interesting concept to base a band about or around.
Welcome to the New Music Podcast. We're your two regular jackoffs from upstate New York. My name is Patrick.
And I'm Kyle.
Let's fucking get it. We have Frankie from Sleepwaker. What is good, my man?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Stoked to have you here.
Yeah. I'm stoked to be here.
Oh, I'm eating that too fast. Fuck.
Don't mind Kyle. He's going to try to devour the sandwich in as quickly as he can, I think.
Hey, I already devoured half of it in a minute, so.
Look, I'm proud of you. I don't know. I don't have the stomach for that.
What can I say? I'm a fucking savage.
You're something, that's for sure. So while we get some sandwich nomming ASMR going down here, what is new with Sleepwaker?
I mean, we've got some stuff we've been working on. We've been kind of vocal about that. We have some things that we might have coming soon, but that's about as much as I can say right now.
All right, guys, you heard it here.
Hate to be that guy, but
you heard it here next Friday. Tune in for that single. All right, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, dude, big things coming soon.
It's actually tomorrow.
Yeah.
Who drops a single on a Sunday?
Yeah,
I like the sound of that though. I do like the sound of that. Let's go to church. Don't mind me. I'm at church, just jamming out that new Sleepwaker. No big deal.
Yeah.
Hey, Grandma, you want to check this shit out? Oh, shit. Yeah. Anyway.
That was terrible.
I apologize to everyone who had to deal with
that was terrible.
That's okay. What you don't know is that my grandma would actually check it out.
Yeah, mine too.
Sit there and pretend and try to find something nice to say about it. Like, oh, look at that guy's hair. It's actually quite long. He looks like he takes care of it.
Yeah. Yeah, my mom's kind of that. I mean, my mom actually likes listening to metal stuff, but she definitely always has to find a nice thing to say about the guys in the band or something.
She's like, I just don't understand why they're screaming.
No, she doesn't mind too much. She definitely appreciates bands that sing more, but yeah, she's not against it.
I mean, fuck it.
Nothing wrong with that. I mean, a little bit of everything is kind of important.
Yeah. Like we were talking, diversity dynamics.
Yes. Like we were saying in the pre-show or in the green room or however we want to word that. Yeah, let's go with green room.
I'm going to go with the pod room.
The pod room.
Just the pod.
Oh.
I want to just hang out there all the time. But yeah, so definitely a little bit of range definitely helps. You stand out a little. All the like really like dirty moments in a song stand out way more when there's a little bit of softness throughout the rest of the song.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, mainly like Finn McKenty, have a weird obsession with bands going butt rock. But I kind of like it.
Fuck it.
Yeah. I mean, I really don't think that butt rock is the right classification for this, but the New Architects.
Sure.
I love the New Architects. I think it's solid.
I think that I've never really given Architects really a chance.
I haven't either.
What about their older stuff?
I listened to Animal, and that's really about as much as I know about that band. I haven't really
just in general.
Them.
Okay.
I haven't given them the time of
honestly,
day.
I've probably only listened to 3 songs, to be completely honest.
All right.
And I haven't given them a chance.
So go and listen to Lost Together, Lost Forever. That is, in my opinion, one of the best like albums that came out around that like Gent era. It when you listen to that now, you might think like, oh man, this is kind of a little generic maybe, but that's because they set the standard for those types of bands.
Right.
Like that album was like key, and then I think they got like the next album was great. Like after that, it was okay, and then it just kind of like felt like they were in a rut almost. I mean, I know their guitar player passed, but other than that, I think they had some really, really good songs, some well-written songs, stuff like that. And then the album right before this most recent one, I was kind of like, man, if they do another album like that, it's gonna kind of get like, all right, I understand. I've heard the 3 albums like this already, kind of deal. But this new one was like, I thought it was great. I loved it. But
I liked what I heard, and like I said, Animal definitely slaps. I definitely like that one.
Yeah.
But I think I got to take some actual time and really get right into the old stuff, because what I like to do
for sure.
when there's a band I haven't really discovered, to start from the beginning and painfully get my way through the roughness of a band's early stuff, so that I can really appreciate how far a band has come.
Yeah, how they evolved, how they got to the point. Yeah. I think Architects is a really good band to do that with, because they definitely kind of like showed they're a band that can adapt and change their sound to their like ability. Like they are a really all around great rounded band, I think. Yeah, starting from the beginning is solid. These Colors Don't Run is an insanely good song. Like all their albums before that and on that album, it's just crazy good.
Does it hit in the feels?
Yeah, I'd say a couple of them do. Like they're very much like outspoken, kind of like I don't want to say Straight from the Path, but like similar like anti-establishment vibes from it. Like not the Rage Against the Machine, not the like they're metalcore. I'd say they're a metalcore band, but yeah, they definitely have that kind of stand up and get mad kind of feel to them.
Oh,
yeah.
So they're really cool. That.
Yeah, for sure.
I remember when Straight from the Path first came out with Badge and a Bullet, and I was like, ooh, I like this.
Yeah. Oh, I've loved those dudes since their first album. I'm a huge fan of Stray.
Oh, they're great dudes, and their drummer has a pretty good podcast too.
Downbeat.
The Downbeat. I remember when I first heard that, I was like, this is like such a great name for a podcast, first of all. And second of all, like the guests he gets on are actually pretty cool. So definitely worth checking out if you're not familiar with their podcast. I know we shout out a lot of other podcasts on this podcast. We also tell a lot of other people that they should get a podcast, but you can still listen to us and them. I mean,
please,
one in one ear, put one in the other.
Yeah.
Not going to tell you how to live your life, but absolutely. They're definitely a good one to check out.
Yeah, for sure. I do enjoy it. As a drummer, it's a great podcast, but even as just someone interested in music and the music industry and just hearing people talk about that kind of topic, like it's a great place to go. Or coffee. They talk about coffee all the time. So
love that, because I am such a coffee snob.
Oh, dude, I only got into it like a year ago, pretty much. Like I never really drank caffeine until just like recently over quarantine.
I had a problem, so I had to stop.
I need to start putting these guys down.
Yeah, you do.
Bang. The Bang. Yeah. Our guitarist just like,
dude, the
like
worst
feels
thing,
himself off Bang.
Yo, the worst thing just happened. Like the interview that we did, was it 2 days ago, Pat? It was 2 days ago, wasn't it? Thursday?
Yep.
I was so mad at you and myself because we were talking to him until like 11 o'clock. And I was like, fuck, I need to get an energy drink and I don't want to. And I was like, oh shit, they got my green apple Red Bull. Hold on. No, I didn't realize it was not green apple until I bought it. It's a brand new flavor, dragon fruit.
I bet you it was good.
Oh, it is so good. I'm like, fuck. Why does my body have to be the way it is? Fuck. Energy drinks and coffee make me feel like shit now. Like, terrible.
Yeah, I never really got into coffee or energy drinks or anything. To me, I think energy drinks just kind of have that like weird like chemical. Like, it's like the taste you get when you have like the fake banana flavor, like that kind of thing. It's like that. Like this doesn't feel real. Like that's kind of how I feel about energy drinks. Coffee, it's like it's okay. It's not like, bad. But.
Yeah, that's me in regular Red Bull. Like regular Red Bull is just terrible. I'm sorry.
My wife loves it.
I'm gonna close my blinds real quick so I don't get the sun on me.
Go for it.
I'm still listening.
But no, like the green apple was my favorite. That was my favorite.
Well, and
I'll taste the blueberry or whatever.
That's the Bang I'm fucking with right now. I got the green apple
really?
Bang. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or
Like,
candy
dude.
apple crisp. I'm sorry. It's a
Oh,
green can, so it makes me think it's a green apple. It does kind of have a little bit of a green apple.
Dude, that dragon fruit, when you get a chance, Pat, try it. It is so good.
You see, the reason I don't fuck with Red Bull or Monster or anything like that, it's way too much sugar. And I think the rest of the ingredients in it also just kind of make me feel like shit afterwards. I don't even get energy from it.
See, man, you almost had the Monster or Red Bull sponsorship. Then you just had to go say that last
yeah,
thing.
exactly. Pat, fuck you.
No, I'm kidding.
I don't want it.
No. I would not want.
As much as I love that energy drink, I would not want them to sponsor me because I can't drink it. Like I try not to drink it.
I would sooner take like a beer or a coffee sponsorship because
a beer sponsor? Are you fucking with me? Hell yeah!
Beer that will sponsor the show or your band for that matter. I'd take it up because at least you know you're gonna have a good time while you're doing said thing. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know if you drink or what. Actually, let's lead this into a question. What do you usually consume while you're playing? Because from what I know of most drummers, it has to be water. Otherwise, you go kind of crazy. But I mean, you got like Bryce Butler who chugs energy drinks before he gets on stage.
Oh, no.
He needs that.
I don't know. Talking to a lot of drummers, I don't really know too many that actually do like the like chugging an energy drink beforehand or anything like that regularly. I know some will just do it for fun or as a joke or whatever. But yeah, for the most part, I drink a lot of water on tour. I also do vocals and stuff too. So, I try and just mostly drink water. I'm like, okay, so I don't claim edge or anything like that, but I don't drink or smoke or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just like, I feel like when I'm on tour, especially that's like the healthiest I get for sure. Cause like I break my routine. I'm out with all my guys. We're all like going to Planet Fitness every night, getting showers and like working out and all that. And I'm like, I mean, healthy in kind of quotations because I'm not eating as regular. I'm like the band dad. I'm like doing everything, like constantly moving. But like, I don't know. I feel like I get way healthier on tour. Like by the end of a tour, I get home and my girlfriend's like, "You have abs right now? Like what?" Like, but yeah, like
no. What it really is that she just hasn't seen you in so long. She forgot you had them in the first place.
Yeah, no, I was just flexing super hard when I walked home. No, but yeah, like I feel like on tours I feel the best, and I just try and keep that going with like water. I mean, every once in a while I'll drink like some. It's not Gatorade. It's that other one.
Powerade?
No. It's like Body Armor.
Oh, okay. Body Armor.
Stuff I didn't know Body Armor had a drink. I just know it as like the apparel.
Oh, okay. I don't know if it's the same thing. I'm not sure. No, I might be thinking of a different.
No, I believe you're right. I think it is Body Armor. I believe.
Okay.
I believe you're right.
It's like a fruit drink kind of thing. It's pretty good. It's less sugary. I feel like it's not as like I'm not a health nut, by the way. I just like it. But I just like it more because it doesn't feel as like candy like.
Right.
Like yeah.
No, I feel that because I'm not a vegetarian by any means or a vegan by any means, but I do eat a lot of vegetarian and vegan food.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Like vegetarian pizza. Or it sounds weird to say vegetarian pizza when really all you're doing is putting veggies on it. Like,
yeah.
My go-to pizza is like mushroom and spinach. And just like
oh shit. My girlfriend actually just bought that. Actually.
White sauce, mushrooms, and spinach. I'm telling you, man, if you like that shit, you're gonna love that shit.
Well, I'm not a white sauce person, but I'll eat it.
Until you try it, you gotta get the right white sauce.
No, I said I'll eat it. But I'll eat it, but
to be fair, you are a pizza snob. If there is like a thing for you to be a snob over, it would be pizza for sure.
Yeah. It has to be the right kind.
So with that said, Kyle's going to go open up his own pizza shop down in the city.
Jesus Christ.
It's not going to be directly in the city. It's going to be on that border between the city and New Jersey, somewhere in there.
Yeah, something there. Actually, dude, you can't compete with that pizza. Fuck out of here. You cannot compete with those places.
Well, that's just it. That's your shit. You're going to go in there and dominate.
Oh, I hope. Shit.
Oh my God. So we talked a little bit about tour life. Oh my God, I just realized what I just did there. EXO Tour Life. That was your first song, guys.
Oh God, it was our first. Yeah, I forgot about that. It was technically our. We recorded it like a week before our album came out, and we were just like, let's just drop it as soon as we're done doing it. It wasn't meant to be our first song, but well, actually, technically, if you go on our YouTube, we released a song called "Life Wasted" right before.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, that's our first song. 2015. I think it was 2015 when we dropped that one.
So you guys started in 2015, or were you guys practicing? Because I remember you telling me in the green room or in the pod room or whatever we're going by, that you were in another band before this, and you were juggling the two bands before Sleepwaker eventually broke.
Well, it was kind of like I was in a band, or I was in Sleepwaker. We started it. It was me and Hunter, and then a friend that we were having play guitar, and then that we knew from another band that we were in. And then we played our first show, and the guys in Drifter approached me right after because they were at the show. They're like, "Hey, do you want to play?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll join." And like, I've liked Drifter for a long time. Blah blah blah. Then we ended up playing a couple shows, doing all this stuff, and then Drifter was just kind of like, "Yeah, let's just release our album." And then it was like, "Okay, let's do a studio thing where we're not touring all the time." And then it just ended up stopping. We just kind of broke up. But it was kind of just juggling back and forth. Sleepwaker was my main band though, pretty much the whole time through. I was writing. I was the guy that was doing a lot of the writing, and Hunter and I were doing vocals, going back and forth on some stuff on the recording. And then we recorded with the one guy, and then eventually went to our current producer, Lee, and he's the one that did Lost in Dreams. And we put out Life Wasted before we went to Lee, and that was 2015, I believe. And we started technically like practicing and getting together in 2014. I think 2015 would have been when I joined Drifter, about then.
So at what point did you guys kind of go over to the Stay Sick side of things?
Yeah, so we started working with Stay Sick right after Lost in Dreams, or not right after, but about the same year that we released Lost in Dreams. We started talking to them. Eventually in 2018, we signed with them because we had the album finished, and we signed with them, and then we released that album with them. Turnaround 2, that was on that album, Hell. Don't Look at the Moon. And then we worked with them for another year, and then we had our other song, Melatonin. We only signed for a one-time album release. And then we're like, okay, cool. Like, do we want to work with them again? Do we want to do independent? We're like, we had the experience and everything. It was totally fine. Like, we enjoyed working with them, but we were like, let's do independent because I think we can kind of do it on our own. Like, I mean, I'm the graphic designer. Our videographer is our guitarist, but we also work with our friend Ned, who lives like right down the street. I live with our producer. Like, everything's pretty tight knit. So we were like, all right, well, we've got the whole team here. Let's just do this independent, see how it goes and everything. And then released Melatonin, released Skin. Obviously pandemic hit, ruined a few plans and all that, but
we all know that story.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, so I guess that's kind of like the background of the band. I mean, we did the Melatonin video on our own. Turnaround video was on our own too. Just me and our guitarist. Skin video, same thing. And then we recently started working with Ned again on some stuff. And it's been great to have the whole team working together and all these guys in Grand Rapids going pretty hard. So it's fun.
That's what's up. Who did the Bitter music video?
So that was Ned. That was the first time we worked with Ned. He was like training some of his new videographers that he was working with because he started a videography company, Ingles Pictures. And he was training a few, and he was like, yo, what if we give you a discount price on this video? So we're like, yeah, whatever, cool. And then we went and we shot this, and then we shot this video, and then it just kind of took off. But yeah,
I mean, it looked like it was pretty cold out.
Oh yeah, it was so. We're all pretty, like, I'd say all of our friends and everything are kind of DIY, fly by the seat of your pants kind of guys. Like, so we did the Bitter music video at his old house. And he had just moved into this house, and it was like completely empty, completely bare. And we were just like, all right, dude, we got an empty basement. It looks kind of sick. Let's do it there. we can go outside. Actually, if you know Hollow Front, that band, their Homewrecker music video was done in the garage of that house.
No
So
fucking way.
yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. So
Do you think that they tell people about that before they actually like show new viewings and stuff?
what do you mean?
Or is this just like an abandoned house or?
Oh, no. This is like this was Ned's house that he like was moving into at the time.
Got you. Got you.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I can imagine the meeting with like realtors and stuff and be like, yep, and right here's about where they shot the Sleepwaker music video.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah,
you guys
right.
can see where they shot the Hollow Front music video or Hollow.
Yeah, Hollow Front. Yeah. I don't think they'd ever like. I mean, everyone hopes they get to that point, but I don't think it would ever really make it to a realtor.
Yeah.
Maybe like one day, like people will be like, "Oh, that's like I don't know if there even is a house. Like maybe the house that like Slipknot shot Duality in.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Like something like that.
Well, they paid them a lot of fucking money to do that to that house. They paid the owners a lot of money.
Oh, I didn't know they rented that house at all.
No, they didn't even rent it. It was somebody's house.
Oh, okay.
It was somebody's house. Swear to God. It was like,
crazy.
Can we do this? We'll pay you this much.
Can we destroy your house?
Wow.
Literally.
That's crazy.
Let's just show up and we're just gonna absolutely destroy this house. Think of a wrecking ball, but we're not gonna bring a wrecking ball. We're just gonna bring.
I've played some shows in some cities where it was like a house show or something, and that house was like wrecked. Like before we even showed up, like it was destroyed. Like, yeah. Some people just don't have. They just don't have a care in the world. It's crazy.
I mean, it's probably the same thing with a Broken Home with Papa Roach. They had a big, huge. They destroyed that living room and stuff like that. So it's like, what the?
I have to imagine like there had to have been a lot of like legal hoops they had to go through, like contracts and stuff like that. I don't know, man. The red tape that I'm like envisioning in my head almost sounds like it isn't worth it. But at the same time, like I know that there are projects that are smaller and someone's just, it's just an abandoned house somewhere. Let's just fucking go. Let's go. Nobody's ever here. Let's just do it. Let's just see what happens.
Yeah, I think at this point, that's like people know about it and they're kind of looking out for it. Like people just shooting videos in abandoned houses and like people doing photography and things. So, I mean, you probably get some cop calls or something. There's always like a little bit of risk in that one, but I mean,
but that's what makes it fun. That's what I've been missing during this pandemic is like, those little bits of like adrenaline.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't fucking do anything anymore. I don't know about you guys, but like I don't do anything anymore. I work and I come
home.
I
don't leave my house. I don't leave my house.
Yeah, I'm a freelance designer. I just sit at home and design stuff. I still do some stuff out and about, but like, yeah, definitely don't do as much.
I fucking hate leaving my house. I fucking hate it.
I just hate the 45-minute commute. I don't think I'd be so tight about it. Like if it wasn't that long of a commute to work. Like moments like when I'm getting behind the wheel on my way to work at 5 a.m, I think to myself, you know how awesome it would be to be a freelance designer right now?
Yeah.
I've had that conversation in my head. Like, what do I got to do to work from home?
Yeah.
I'd be like, what do I got to do to be homeless? This is some bullshit.
Yeah, almost, honestly. Starving artist is a real thing. Especially if you're in a band that costs you tons of money.
But that's fun though.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's like I don't do anything like the whole I sometimes I look at my life, I'm like, man, I don't do any risks. And then I realize I'm in a band.
The band is a pretty big risk.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Man, I don't take any risks. Looks at bank account. Oh, that's why. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. That's
or like going on tours or something like. Although I was actually just talking about this with our manager about how like we look at things we're doing like the minutia of stuff and we're like, man, we don't really do much. And then we look at it and we're like, nah, I've been on like 9 tours now. Like I've done some cool shit. Like I just don't think about it. Like it's always the stuff I'm currently doing that matters. But like I think that's what's important sometimes. It's like you just keep going at that point.
Well, it's easy to look at, what you're doing right now and think that it's not enough, but then you have somebody point out the big picture and you're like, I guess I am doing some stuff, huh?
Although that's what we were talking about was kind of like if you're ever at a point where you're like, yeah, what I'm doing now is enough, then you're probably getting a little lazy. Like you should probably like start going like, okay, maybe it's not enough. Like if I'm thinking it is, then I just need to push further. So
absolutely.
Not to be a self-help book here, but you know.
Look, all right, here at the New Music Podcast, we want you to think about your future.
Yeah.
Or your mental health.
Yeah, invest in a Roth IRA. Get a Robinhood. No, don't get a Robinhood. Do not.
I was gonna say after what happened this year.
GME, don't get a
Robinhood. Ourselves, but yeah, don't invest in Robinhood. Go anywhere else.
No. Yeah. But don't. If you have a Robinhood, don't pull out. You will get hit by capital gains. Don't let that happen.
I don't pull out. Well, who are you talking to? Who do you think you're talking to?
That's a fact.
Yeah, now's a great moment. To bring out my 2 kids, right?
Oh yeah,
now's a great time to bring that up.
A great time. I never learned.
Stop. And now our tubes are tied. Moving on. So, what is the name of your freelance company?
Oh, it's Eventide Design Co.
And where would we have seen some of your work? Yeah,
so did some stuff for Chelsea Grin, Attila, Holofront, Jason Richardson.
No big deal or nothing.
I mean, like
drop all.
I mean, those are like some of the bigger artists I've worked with. I'm trying to think of a couple of others, but Archers, if you know the band Archers,
I've heard of them.
Yeah,
I don't think I've actually. Yeah,
they're out of Wisconsin. Some people over in Washington. I mean, pretty much across the U.S. for the most part. When I tour, I usually meet a bunch of people and start working with them and things.
Business cards.
Yeah. But yeah, I do all the Sleepwaker stuff. Like, I think like this most recent. Never mind. These things in the background.
We can't talk about
the things in the background. There's some stuff that I didn't do for this one, and it was nice to work with some close designer friends and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm excited for it to come out at some point.
It must be nice, looking back on everything, be like, all right, I didn't have to do anything on this one.
Oh man, I had to do so much, but like,
okay,
yeah. But it was nice to sit back and have some people like take the load off to some extent. But
are you used to kind of working, not necessarily like by yourself, but sort of like steering the wheel? Is that like your normal like
for Sleepwaker? Yeah, I mean, when it came to Drifter, I joined that band, so there was already kind of like a hierarchy going and everything. But for the most part, with Sleepwaker, I've had that like being the kind of like the creative director in the situation. And yeah, it's pretty fun. I enjoy it. Like if I was in a band where I didn't have the like, not to say like control or anything, but if I was in a band that wasn't as involved in like marketing, social media, like all the behind the scenes stuff, I don't think I would have as much fun, because it's there. When it comes to this kind of stuff, you have like sky's the limit. Like you can do whatever you want. Like a music video is coming out, you can make whatever story you want out of that video, even if it doesn't relate to the song. Like, I mean, you should tailor it to the song, but like you should still have like, you can do whatever you want with that concept. Like you just boil it down to the baseline, like 2 sentences. What is this video about? And then figure out a story at that point. Like, it doesn't have to be a literal thing. Like that's what I like the most about some of these newer bands coming out. It's like putting things out that's artistic rather than just cool. Like I appreciate that so much.
So we're gonna do some more playing your whole set in like a meadow type music videos.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Do some more abandoned warehouse music videos, stuff like that.
I'm so down for those.
I'm on those. Like I understand why
I love them,
but
yeah. Whenever we do a video, whenever we sit down to like plan it out, we're like, okay, so we need playthrough shots. Can't just be playthrough. That's so boring now. Like, it's basically just people dancing to music. So like, how are we going to make it interesting? Like, even if it's like the way it's shot on the camera, like the way you move the camera, something like that has to be like eye catching. Can't just be, like boring video, people playing a couple wide shots.
I took a lot of notes when I saw Hypa Hypa. I know we talked about this on the podcast, but I don't know, man. That song's such a fucking earworm.
I only saw the video once, and I don't really think I paid too much attention to the song. That was Eskimo Callboy, right?
Yeah.
Their most recent? Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was like a skit video or something, right?
Yeah, it was very 90, like I don't know if that's 80. I think it's probably more like 80 synthwave kind of vibe.
Yeah.
That whole aesthetic, and then you compare that with like the goofiness of like the
Yeah.
dance moves and everything. Like I'm such a sucker for like a band that doesn't take themselves that seriously.
Yeah.
Is willing to literally make a joke out of themselves. Like I think Bro Job is a great example of that. Like
Yeah.
I love shit like that.
Yeah. There's someone that's not too not self-absorbed. That's the wrong word. It's not too like what's the word I'm looking for? It's like pretentious.
Yeah,
like almost
Yeah.
Sometimes if you get too absorbed in your work or being an artist or making something that's like oh yeah, this is very well thought out, very, like, you just kind of
mature.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize.
Put out.
I did not realize I was listening to a golf tournament.
yeah. But no, it's like Tool. Like the guys in Tool, everyone goes like, oh, they're kind of pretentious. It's like, well, that's
the point.
Yeah. But
I don't fuck with Tool. I think Schism's the only thing I like because I love that fucking bass line.
yeah,
I'm
I could
I'm not
listen
a
to that
big
bass
Tool
line
fan.
Sleep.
I really like Tool. I think they're sick.
I've tried. That's the band that I've absolutely wanted to try, and it's like I can't fucking do it. I tried so many times.
I would say
What I will say is that just turn the music off and watch the videos.
Yeah.
Well, that
that.
too. That too.
10,000 Days is a pretty solid one. That's like the good, like, people, if someone's like, where should I start? I usually recommend that. But
I always point them towards Schism, but I don't know this 1,000 Days.
oh, it's pretty good. It's I might be thinking the wrong album. Either way,
I don't know.
I'm so bad at album names and like titles. I'm just one of those like goes on Spotify and sees the artwork. I mean, I'm an artist, so I look at the artwork more than the actual name. But yeah,
I get that way with band names sometimes. Like I'll get a little bit hung up on a band name and think this doesn't fit what I'm listening to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't usually think too much.
Our boys
in
at
that
Party
regard,
Cannon.
but-
Our boys at Party Cannon.
Oh, okay.
No,
So
I don't care what anybody says. That's perfect. They market
That is the best
so
fucking.
perfectly.
That is the best fucking logo out of that whole genre. I don't care.
They
I'll have to
stand
check
out
that
on
out.
every. I'm sorry. I'm like talking over you.
Oh no, you're good. I'll have to check that out. I don't know.
Just if you look at a lineup that has Party Cannon in it, you're gonna notice Party Cannon. Like no matter
Okay.
what.
Like you got to think of it this way. They're like a party grind, like
Gotcha. Yeah.
you know, kind of band.
Like we were
they're-
saying, they don't take themselves too seriously.
No, not at all.
No, they're from MySpace era, and they have
Okay. Yeah.
do the,
Okay.
like
That makes sense.
they still do a lot of the samples in their music and stuff.
Mhm.
But this is their logo.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So if
Toys
you
R
see
Us
like
logo.
yeah, so you see like these grindy fucking logos, and then you see Party Cannon.
Yeah.
Like stuff like this.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So like for me, like that's the right amount of like on the edge of being like pretty fucked up, and then kind of taking themselves as like making a joke out of themselves. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
But there's something to be said about the art style that Sleepwaker has adopted, because I have also kind of seen a lot of bands after you guys sort of adopt similar aesthetics. I don't know if Within Destruction kind of adopted the Japanese thing after or before. I don't really care who did it before or after.
Yeah, I have no
But I
clue.
love.
Yeah.
I'm still into it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who did it first or who did it after, but
Literally.
still, it's still pretty cool, and it's you could tell it's not forced. That's
Yeah,
really what
yeah,
matters
I
at the
appreciate
end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was for Sleepwaker, when I was younger, my parents took in a exchange student from Japan, and when she got married a couple of years later, her like we flew over to Japan to her wedding, and so I was like fourth grade probably. So I got to like go over and experience it and see all this stuff and everything, and that's like obviously then I was kind of like, yeah, I kind of want to be an artist in like fourth grade, but
Right.
so like seeing all this stuff and seeing all the culture and all the things around it, I was like, this is really cool. I really like this. Like, obviously this was before like the whole streetwear craze and everything went out, but
Yeah.
so I started seeing some of it in design, and I was like, oh man, this is really cool. I want to incorporate that. Eventually, Sleepwaker was like album artwork. So I kind of decided I thought that was the direction we wanted to go in. So it was like it was something that was kind of close to me, and like somewhat personal. And the name Sleepwaker comes from our vocalist and I both having sleep issues when we were younger. Like I had sleep paralysis, he had sleep paralysis. We both had insomnia. We both like would have regular nightmares and recurring dreams and stuff like that. And we're like, that's kind of an interesting concept to base a band about or around. So yeah, the artwork was just kind of like, what's the most interesting way we can show sleep? Because what does it look like? You can't really show someone sleep. Yeah. They're like, eyes are overrated. No one's gonna go like, oh yeah, like okay, Sleepwaker, eyes, okay, sure.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
we wanted something unique, and that's kind of where that stemmed from. And from there, I was kind of like, yeah, let's do stuff that's not. When the streetwear craze came out, obviously we were like, okay, let's kind of hop on a little bit, but let's do stuff that's still kind of based around the idea of enjoying like the aesthetics that I kind of experienced when I was younger. So we kind of never really wanted to go in that like hyper pop Japanese aesthetic, but I really enjoy the Within Destruction stuff. I think it's really cool.
It works for them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Sleepwaker, I think is a band that kind of tries to take itself somewhat seriously. Obviously with like on Twitter and when we break, the character kind of thing, we like to get a little self-deprecating here and there. But
I feel like that's important.
Exactly. So yeah, I enjoyed doing that stuff, but I think in the future we're going to start doing our own unique aesthetics based specifically around Sleepwaker. We'll still incorporate some of the old stuff. It's not going anywhere, but like yeah.
No, that's pretty fucking awesome. I didn't know about the origins behind the name.
Yeah, we're pretty bad at explaining all that stuff.
No, actually, I kind of want you to tell us a little bit more about that. I'm sure that people listening would want to know a little bit more about it's weird asking a band how they came up with their band name, because a lot of times it's just like, oh, we just threw a name together.
Open the dictionary, like Acacia strain. They literally just like Acacia. Okay, what's the next one? Strain to the dictionary. I think that's still a fun name. That's a fun way to do it. But
the only story that really stands out to me is the August Burns Red story.
Oh, I don't know that one.
That was the singer was dating a girl named August who burned their house down and killed their dog named Red.
No way.
I did not know.
I might be tripping up on some of the details on that, but I know that there was a girl named August who burned a dog named Red.
That is
there's something
crazy.
more to that. I don't know if it's a rumor, but that's the story I heard, and I like it, and it stayed with me for a long time.
Yeah. Ours is little whiny baby members that had bad nightmares when they were younger. No, but
I think a lot more people struggle with sleep paralysis than people might realize. That's a real issue.
I struggle with it sometimes. I also have night terrors. So
yeah. My girlfriend used to make fun of me because I talk in my sleep a lot too. I used to sleepwalk when I was younger, but every once in a while I'll wake up like yelling something and like sit up, and I'm like wide awake, but then I just immediately fall back to sleep and I don't remember it at all. Like, I've always had weird stuff like that coming up, and obviously like it's not something that most people share or most people realize other people experience until you start talking about it. Not to say we're like trying to like bring awareness to sleep paralysis or anything, but like I think it's a cool now. Yeah, it's a cool topic to just bring up and see what people want to share about it. Like even from shows when people ask us, like
I was gonna say, has that come up in shows?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, like we always give the joke answer, like, we typed in Sleepwalker and saw that all these other bands already had it. But no, we call when someone calls us sleepwalker, we like to call it taking the L.
Taking the L.
Yeah.
I love
Man,
that.
you guys took a big L.
Yeah. We actually did start. There was one tour where we saw so many sleepwalkers written out on a marquee that we would
No
jump up
way.
and like grab the L's from the signs.
That's
But
amazing.
we got in big trouble at one show where this dude was like, "Someone stole their L from the sign. If someone doesn't give it back, call the cops." And we were just like, "Fuck, dude, like we don't want to get kicked off the show. We don't want to piss off this promoter, so we get it back to him." But like, still,
Piss off a promoter, you don't get paid.
yeah. So,
I don't know. It's always some dumb shit like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Sleepwalker as a band, we like to kind of stick around that sleep concept in our music. Like Lost in Dreams is all about, all the songs are about like dreams we've had or like some sort of concept from a nightmare, or maybe something we've like thought about going to sleep, or like a lucid dream. It's kind of what that album is about. It's just kind of a loose finding our ground concept. And then Don't Look at the Moon overall is a concept album where the 3 songs, Don't Look at the Moon, Eclipse, and Don't Look at the Sun, they're all based in a story where we have a nameless character is experiencing sleep paralysis. This thing, the whatever he's seeing, comes in and like takes him away. And basically, like each song has a different concept attached to it. Like the first one is him experiencing it. Second, him in bed experiencing sleep paralysis. The second one, Eclipse, it's about him like basically being dragged down into his bed and like he can't escape, he can't get away. Don't Look at the Sun is basically like him accepting that he's stuck here, that he can't do anything about it. So, and then all the other songs on the album, if you listen to our like concept track list, essentially it's like it's telling the story of like all his trauma and experiences of his life in his life leading up to that moment where he experiences the sleep paralysis. So
That's a hell of a story.
yeah, I mean, it's not one that we did a great job explaining to people
Right.
when the album came out, but it's nice to kind of have that like extra world so people can experience the album on its own, enjoy what's there at face value, and then we can kind of go like,
Right.
so this is our intention. This is kind of how we like conceptualize the album.
No, I think
wrote
if
the
everybody
lyrics.
knew your story, it would make it kind of tacky. I think that it's important.
Yeah,
for,
exactly.
Right.
like the diehards, you know,
Yeah,
to,
yeah.
who, like buy the CDs, the guys who buy the merch, like you guys are the ones that need to know the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. The people that listen to the podcasts with Sleepwaker in it. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
You're not listening to podcasts. You don't know shit about the band you like. I
Yeah.
swear.
Yeah.
I swear.
It's
All the
not
behind
about
the scenes
interviews
stuff.
anymore. It's not like they're on a tour and
Them
interviews. It's
fucking
not that
Brian
anymore.
Stars days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're fucking in the rap community, Nardvark.
I don't know who that is.
You
Yeah,
should
he's
look him
like
up. You
Yeah.
should really look him
He's
up.
a-
He is really good.
do you know that the meme of like Lil Uzi making the Yoshi noise? Or
Yep.
like the guy that goes like, how do you keep your pants up when you're playing? And he goes,
A belt.
belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Like,
know
that's
any of
amazing.
this.
That's
How do you
okay.
do
I'm
that?
out of touch.
Yeah. Just look up
Trust me.
Nardwar.
Look up
Nardwar.
Nardvark.
Oh,
Moments.
Nardwar.
Nardwar?
Yeah,
Oh,
Nardwar.
Nardwar. He is fucking wow. He's really good. He's really good.
All right.
I wish
Well,
he
with
did
that
like
phrase, I can't say-
everybody. I wish he like interviewed everybody because he's that good.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's very entertaining. He gives like people gifts and everything during the,
Yeah.
the interviews.
Stuff that you can't find that somehow he finds.
And,
It's like
things
yeah.
things that they've never talked about in person. Like he
He
interviews
knows.
family members of these people, and like it's
Yeah.
crazy.
So you're setting the bar for like where we need this podcast to be in like 5-10 years, basically, is what you're telling me.
Yeah,
essentially.
like basically he'll be like, "Oh, you were here this day, and this is the block that you're on. This is the school you went to, and this is that."
this is a rapper that also grew up on that street, like
Yep.
that kind of deal. Yeah,
Yeah, that was your buddy.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
it's
and
pretty
he, like-
entertaining.
Yeah, it's fucking wild.
Not gonna lie, you're kind of mind fucking me here. Like,
Exactly.
like
That's what
I'm-
everybody says. I think
well,
I can't remember who ran off the the interview. They were like, I'm done. No, I
I
can't.
think that was like it was like Childish Gambino or Tyler the Creator
Yeah,
or
something like that.
I
I
don't
can't remember who it
but
was.
yeah.
I could see it with Tyler
Like he
the
was
Creator.
he was stupid freaked out. He was like, "No, I don't like this. I'm out.
Yeah,
You're working with the feds. I'm out."
Oh my God, has he gotten 6ix9ine on?
Probably not.
I don't know. Maybe not, but
There's a weird part of me that actually wants to know, like as much as I can't stand the guy, I do want to know a little bit more about him and like how, kind of like how he became.
I
know.
don't.
yeah, no, I'm not with you there, but
I'm good.
Look, I don't like him. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
the first
Oh,
person
yeah.
to
No,
say,
no,
like
yeah.
I don't like him, but I like knowing why I don't like somebody and like
Yeah,
how that
that's true,
person
that's true.
became that person. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because nobody grows up saying I'm gonna make everybody in the fucking world hate me.
Yeah.
No, like fucking kid in first grade when they're like, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" I want to be a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like, who does that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I want to be on TMZ for infamous shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, TMZ doesn't exist yet, but just you wait. Give it.
Yeah,
10 years,
yeah.
it does.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good time. Oh man, I'm a little curious. Like, what are some of the bands that you kind of listen to on the regular? Like, what's your regular rotation?
Not really metal, if I'm being honest.
That's
It's
okay.
usually,
Welcome to the new
I mean, actually,
podcast.
if you go to my Sleepwalkers Spotify and scroll all the way down, we've got playlists that some of the members, I think I'm mostly the one that does it the most, but we update our playlists each month with what we've been listening to, because I keep monthly playlists on my Spotify. So like July 2018, I can go back and see like what I was listening to and like what I found and that kind of thing. And then
Anybody listening, guys, we do the same thing, and it's always
There you
labeled
go.
as the
Yep.
new music this month of this year playlist.
There you
guys,
go.
check out
Perfect.
the Sleepwaker playlist. Check out our playlist. Spread the love.
Absolutely.
But I'm actually curious now. I'm literally doing it right now. I'm gonna go check these out. Make sure.
Yeah,
I don't forget
mine
to
is
check them
not
out.
updated for this month, but I've been listening to a ton of the new Citizen album and Matt Kirkey's their vocalist, his solo project. So yeah, Citizen's huge. I absolutely love Hundredth. They're like one of my go-tos. The new Hundredth, especially. Not that the old Hundredth is bad, but
You
Exactly.
never hear that about a band. You always hear like
Yeah.
the old stuff was the best.
oh no, I love the new. It's like a shoegazy kind of stuff. I love like Turnover, Citizen. I have my girlfriend's been trying to get me into what's their name? Hot Mulligan. They're also from Michigan, but they're
Heard of that band?
Yeah, I've heard
they're
of
good.
them.
They're really good.
I've heard good things. Like I see their name on Twitter a lot.
Yeah, they're like a pop punk emo kind of band.
Sold.
But yeah, I'm not a huge pop punk guy really, but I really do like soft melancholy kind of like shoegazy stuff. Like Deftones. I love Deftones. Huge go-to. I actually just bought Saturday Night Wrist on CD. So we have a record shop in Grand Rapids, and it
You
just
have a
happened to be there.
record shop and it's still there. That's
It's
amazing.
still, yeah.
I love
Oh,
it.
dude, records are huge in Grand Rapids. Like,
That's
they're probably
good.
huge all over the place, but like,
Yeah.
record shops are coming back for sure.
No, that's good. Like I
Yeah,
remember.
shout out to Vertigo Records.
You heard it here, Vertigo Records. A couple years ago, I remember hearing that like vinyl sales were outdoing CD sales, and I was like, it's about time.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
We did Don't Look at the Moon on vinyl, and we sold like, I think it was like 5 days a week. We sold out of like the non-bundles, and then we
Jesus
sold
Christ.
we sold the bundle ones a little bit slower, but that's because they were way more expensive than their
Yeah,
t-shirts
right.
and stuff like that. And then we had 50 more, like an extra run of 50, and they sold out in a day. Or no, they sold out in 2 hours. 2 hours.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
So when we start selling merch, we know who to go to as far as like how to set it up.
Yeah.
Swear, between you guys and
Jesus.
Distant, like I love your guys' merch spreads.
Oh, thank you. Just wait.
Oh, foreshadowing. I love it.
yeah. But
No, there's a lot of Teenage Wrist on this playlist from you.
oh yeah, that was my last month playlist. I loved that band. I found them last month. So, but they're like a Jimmy Eat World kind of band. If you know the Midnight too, I think they were on there. I'm a huge fan of them.
Wow, you weren't kidding. Not metal.
Yeah, I don't really listen to that much metal.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, I still do. Like, obviously, the playlists aren't like my go-to every month. It's like it's just the stuff I've been like on repeat with, basically.
Right.
So here and there, I'll catch myself like listening to Kublai Khan for an entire day or something. But yeah, it's
Very
not my
vibe
like
for sure.
Yeah. It's like I don't include the things where it's like, okay, today I was kind of vibing on this song. Like I just kind of include things that are like, okay, I've come back to this. This is interesting. I really like this song, or like things that I felt kind of like encompassed the rest of that playlist in that month to me.
Right.
So,
No, I
yeah.
definitely get that, and I can tell that based on like the fact that it's always like from what I'm seeing here, it's at least 3 or 4 songs from each artist.
Yeah. I try and keep as many of my favorites as possible. Like, because usually I listen to an album all the way through, like all in one go. But here and there, there'll be like a couple songs that I'm just like, all right, these 4, these 3, like these
Right.
have to make it on. So
There's a lot of albums that have a lot of like B-side type material that are still good for being B-side material, but when you find those couple songs off of an album that you really like, it's I don't know. There's no replacing that feeling.
Yeah.
yeah.
And when you can listen to an album from beginning to end and you love every second of it, you don't want to skip a single song.
Yeah.
That's like you have to buy that CD. I feel like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
are
Yeah,
obliged.
exactly.
Like you
Oh,
get to
dude.
like the last song. Spotify should notify you like, hey, do you want to go buy this playlist or buy this
Yeah,
CD
yeah.
rather?
Yeah. I that's what I did with Ocean Grove's new CD. I mean, I pre-ordered it because I fucking love Ocean Grove, but yeah, that's why I was like, I'm gonna listen to this album a lot. And,
Right.
Yeah. Same with Loathe. I love the new Loathe album so much. If I could have like, if I could change my Spotify most listened to like also include my CD listens in my car and everything, like it would 100% be Loathe. Like they'd be my top artists for sure. But them and Ocean Grove.
They're a band that comes up pretty often, and it's annoying that I still haven't checked them out.
Loathe?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah, you got to do it. It's solid.
I'm finding out I'm sleeping on a lot of like good music because a lot of times I spend checking out what's on my release radar and I'm checking out the music from the artists that we're going to be having on the show. And that's really it.
Yeah. I mean, you should definitely check out Loathe. They're super interesting. They're very kind of out there, I'd say, like, or not out there. They're artists, like I was saying kind of before. Like I appreciate bands that like release art. That's incredible to me. Like when people kind of step back and go, okay, like we could release a metalcore album, we could be gent, we could be this, but like when you stop kind of thinking like that and you're like, all right, let's just release good music that we can put together, well written, well produced, like let's make some art. That's like huge props to those kind of bands.
If only I took myself that seriously.
Well, there's nothing wrong to just doing stuff for fun like that. Like, especially because I mean, like I have projects like me and my roommate, or my roommate more often will like just write a song and he'll just say, I kind of wanted to write this kind of song today. And we had a fun project called White Lake. It's the guitarist of my band, the guitarist of Seraphim, now in Hollow Front, the other guitarist of Hollow Front, and the vocalists it was like a Grand Rapids supergroup basically. But yeah, so we like just kind of wrote heavy songs. We were like, let's just write heavy songs because like our bands don't do that because we want to do more than just absolute heavy all the time. So
I can tell that about you guys because you don't stick to just writing breakdowns. I think that would get boring after a while too.
We've seen some of the YouTube reviewer people that like, or reactions or something, that they like release something and it's got like one of our breakdowns in it, and then at the very end, or in the middle of the breakdown, they're like, oh, it's gonna get heavy, it's gonna get heavier, and it's just like it just kind of keeps going. Like, it's like, yeah, we don't really want to hang too long on a breakdown. We just want it to be like that nice moment right there, and then it just like comes back out and you get that the rest of the song that you were kind of like itching to hear again from the first half. But yeah,
I used
I think it's
to
important.
fast forward when I listened to bands like Bullet for My Valentine. I would fast forward to the breakdown parts.
Yeah.
I used to skip the breakdown parts of A Day to Remember stuff, if that makes sense.
Okay. I see what you
So
mean.
like,
Yeah.
I like when bands, because like there are certain bands that I feel like go heavy when they shouldn't be heavy.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
obliged to do so. A Day to Remember is a good example of that, because they're the kind of like, the new album's actually really good, despite the critical acclaim that it has.
Oh, A Day to Remember?
Yeah.
Oh, I was not a big fan of that one, but I haven't really listened to too much of it.
No, that's fair. And that's the cool thing about it, is that it's really going to put kind of like a bridge between certain fan groups. They're taking a step into a different direction. And I feel like that's
absolutely
good for them, because I feel like they've been trying to be heavy when they're not a heavy band.
Yeah, I think that's totally fair. It's like there's a band I was just listening to, another band felt the same way. But yeah, there just some beatdown bands out there that like, it's like, man, you guys could have, you did something cool. You did something really small, really cool, and then you immediately went back to your comfortable sound, like your comfort zone in a song. Whereas I feel like if you're going to do that, you should write your comfortable songs, and then you should have not a comfortable song with an uncomfortable or new part in it. You should just do a whole song that you're not comfortable with and try it out. Like just do something like cool, do something interesting that's not like a break in a song that goes soft for like 30 seconds or something. You should make a whole soft song. I think that would be a cool way to break up an album. Like you mentioned like Black Tongue. I do actually like Black Tongue, or like Kublai Khan, for example. Like,
I do too.
Okay, the Kublai Khan, I'll use that because I listen to them more. But on their album Absolute, they have that one kind of soft song on it, and I thought that was brilliant. Like having a whole album of heavy and a whole album of like kind of like their usual sound, what you'd kind of expect to hear from Kublai Khan, but done well, done good, and like incorporating newer things. They put out like a full soft song, and it was like near the end of the album, but it was like kind of in the middle. It's like, that's like a perfect breed. That's dynamics in an album. Like that's so nice to hear. And I think more bands need to do stuff like that, rather than writing a heavy album with like, okay, we're going to have like one singing part in this song, then we're going to have one singing part in another song. Like, dude, just try a whole song where you're singing, like, or try a song where you're doing like that weird thing, but times 4 rather than just the one time.
Exactly.
Yeah,
there's definitely plenty of cases where like bands will do that, and then I can already hear all the angry hate comments in my head. But I feel like if you don't have those angry hate comments, what's the point? Like, you didn't do anything noteworthy, in my opinion.
Well, it's like it's the same thing with the Architects thing. Like, or okay, actually, this is a band that I'm not a big fan of their most recent release, but Fit for a King. Like, they put that album out. I wasn't a huge fan. It was a good album, but like, it might not be my taste. It might not be their old fans' taste, but like, they blew up. Like, they hit their goal, their milestone. Like, they broke 1 million monthly listeners. They're in that tier of band now. Like, if they go back to their old stuff or like whatever, I think that's fine. But like, at this point, they've definitely written something that they felt proud of, and something that other people like connected with. And I think that's the most important thing when you're writing music, for sure.
Absolutely. There's a couple songs that I really relate to on that record as well. But it is weird going, like, if you're a new listener, like you just heard The Path for the first time, and then you hear
go back,
being that person,
or like Creation Destruction or something. Like, you go back, you're like, those like classic 12 riffs. Like,
exactly.
It must be weird being decent, like having no idea about heavy music in 2021, and then discovering it for the first time, like randomly stumbling on, like, let's just say Demolisher by Slaughter to Prevail, like just on that. Could you fucking imagine?
No.
Well, do you know the band Bill Murray?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
So we're good friends with Johnny. Like, not Sleepwalker, but me and so our producer Lee, he learned from Johnny. His band Seraphim went to record with him. And he was showing me some stuff that he was working on, and it's like it's got like all of a sudden breaks into like metalcore, like doom level stuff. It's like, dude, funny. Like people that don't listen to this kind of stuff like are just gonna like, for example, the breakdown that he has on Eggy Pocket, that like the one with fucking Randy Savage, I forget the line, but that like super heavy breakdown with just like the deathcore vocals in the background, like that, like that's hilarious. That's actually our guitarist, the deathcore vocals.
That's what's up, man.
But like, yeah, it's imagine listening to Bill Murray and knowing Bill Murray and only hearing Bill Murray, and then all of a sudden this like heavy breakdown comes in with like gutturals. Like
that's amazing.
Yeah, that's. I think bands doing stuff like that, or like Bring Me the Horizon, even like with their newest album.
Is the classic example. I was going to try to bring it up earlier.
Yeah, it's the pop band, or it's the metalcore band, deathcore band turned pop band, and then they were like, you know what? We got all these pop bands, still have metalcore fans. Let's kind of like merge the two. Let's bring them together. Like I think that's great.
That's like Papa Roach, and a lot of people are sleeping on Papa Roach right now. It's like they have changed. I think the only genre that they haven't done is country. Like at this point,
like, I haven't really listened to them. I'll have to check them out.
Yeah, like they came out with, like, I swear they don't tell anybody about their albums. They just send them out.
Yeah,
they're like, all right, here's an album. All right, here's.
I mean, I think if you're big enough, then like, yeah. I mean, plus their audience is probably the radio. Like that's where I know them from, at least.
Yeah.
So like
now they're in dubstep now. Now they're in dubstep.
A lot of dubstep stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
They're doing the Korn move, and I actually like it. And
I'll have to check it out.
I'll say
I like Korn.
Yeah, they did like regular. They did punk for the first album. Then they did emo. Then they did rock and roll. Then they did heavy metal. Then they did fucking rap. And then they did.
I gotta hear Jacoby Shaddix rapping. I've got to hear that.
It's pretty. I mean, it's pretty often actually. He does rap often.
That's one of those things though. Like I've never actually listened to a song where because like as much as I like Papa Roach, I mean, I named my son Jacoby just to give you an idea. Like, honestly, I just really like the name. I thought it was a really unique name.
Yeah.
But I've not like really dived deep into a lot of the albums that they have put out. And I'm seeing now kind of like what I've been missing.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like, they're just kind of all over the place, but in a way that still works for them. Like audio engineers have to be taught how to write how to like produce an album like Papa Roach now. They're being used as that kind of a standard.
Nice, yeah.
And I don't know, man. That's just one of those things that like I can't not respect that. You're gonna go from like an anthem-y type chorus to just like throwing wubs into that shit. I'm like,
okay. Their newest song is stupid dubstep.
Okay.
Stupid dubstep.
I'll have to check it out. But
and now they also collab with like rappers. They collab with even fucking TikTokers.
Yeah, like, if anything for you to check out right now, check out that Jarris Johnson remix of
I did not fucks with it at all.
No, and you don't gotta. I think that says more about the power of TikTok than it does about.
I mean, kudos and respect to both of them. Like, do you like, especially the TikToker? Major respect for him. Good shit. Didn't like it, but a lot of people did. Whatever.
No, I think his remix of "Can You Feel My Heart" was way better than what he did to Papa Roach.
I don't think I've heard that one.
Definitely one you should.
I'll check it out. What was his name again?
I think it's Jarris Johnson, Jeris Johnson.
Something like that. Yeah.
It's weird because I can say comfortably that I like his style.
Yeah.
Even though he sounds a lot like Chad from Nickelback, and I don't fuck with Nickelback at all.
Gotcha.
Well, gotcha. I really like his style, but I would rather have him make his own music because I want to see him make his own music.
He kind of does because he's doing that weird like Finn McKenty is calling it butt trap. And I love the idea that one day we can call that a legitimate genre.
That'd be fucking great.
That weird mix between butt rock and trap. Dad
trapped.
I just call that Hooters.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh my god, this has been really fucking great. We've covered a lot of really interesting shit today.
Yeah.
I'm actually really stoked to put this one out.
I love this cat to death, but he is fucking killing me right now. He's like all over my wires and shit. I can't move. Like I can't move at all.
So you're stuck here for another.
I'm literally
45
stuck
minutes.
here. Even if I had to poop, like I if I had to go to the bathroom or anything, I'm not moving. He's not moving.
So now's a really good time to bring up the video game conversation.
Oh geez, yeah.
Okay.
So are you a gamer at all?
Yeah, I mean, so like, I played mostly single player games, and I never really played. I played on PC for a while when I was growing up. I never really had a console, and then eventually my friend about 4 or 5 years ago convinced me to buy an Xbox and Destiny, and I played that for a while and kind of got into it, and then just went straight into single player games. And then over quarantine, in the last
multiplayer
7 months,
like
I started getting pretty into multiplayer. Like, unfortunately, I don't really. I kind of dislike the game, but I've been playing so much Call of Duty lately.
I felt that
But,
a lot. I felt that hard.
I like Apex a little bit more now.
I've tried Apex when it first came out, and I've tried to going back to it, and I just don't like the shooting system. I don't like the I'd have to say the armoring system. I mean, but then again, I shouldn't say anything. I play fucking Fortnite now, so I shouldn't say anything.
Yeah.
Like,
my roommate is like insane at Apex.
Oh yeah,
crazy good. So we like, my friend group plays a lot now.
Right.
But yeah, I played a ton of mostly multiplayer. That's kind of like my go-to. Like Dying Light. Love that game. I've always
wanted friends to play that game with, and I even owned Friday the 13th because it was free.
Oh wait,
that was with the Jason, where you're Jason and you're trying to get away from them.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to think of what.
I thought it was called Friday the 13th.
Oh, okay. I think I know what you're talking about.
Where they're at a campsite and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I played a bunch of like the single player ones, mostly Borderlands kind of games where you can have the co-op, but like
I'd rather play co-op with that. For me, it just gets boring. Just doing it alone.
Oh, I like kind of having that like story, like a Last of Us kind of stuff. Like I play Xbox, but I have a friend with a PS4 that they lent me to play the new Last of Us 2. I loved it. Like, I played a ton of Breath of the Wild when quarantine hit, Animal Crossing, but like, I'd say now, definitely say I'm a gamer, but but yeah.
It's weird because like I don't play any of these games. All this shit goes way over my head. I'm still stuck on playing classic Nintendo, and like I'll pick up the occasional like mobile app game. I haven't owned an actual console in a while, and like I spent a good amount of time at the beginning of quarantine, at the beginning of COVID rather, playing a lot of Among Us, and I And that game does get fun, right, at times, but I really do feel like it's not fun unless you get the right group.
Yeah, you got to get friends and shit like that.
Yeah, if you're doing public.
I like those kind of games, but then I hate them because, it's like, fuck, nobody wants to play this, or you just don't have the right friends to play with.
Yeah.
Even then, like, you can hop into a random server. Like, I have shamelessly plugged this podcast a couple of times in, like, Among Us chat rooms. And we've got a couple listeners out of it. It did wind up working, but I got to tell you, man, you'd be surprised. I thought that I was going to run into mostly like 13-year-old kids there. I've come across some like 40 and 50-year-old motherfuckers who are like, you fucking kids these days, like, kind of people. A lot of fun. You never know what you're going to get when you just hop into a random room in Among Us.
Just an online game in general. You are not. You do not know what you're going to get.
That's true. I've made some good friends through. Actually, that's most of the people I play video games with. Like, there's a guy that we know down in Florida. There's some people that live in like Utah and stuff like that I've since met from like either touring or them visiting Grand Rapids. But my group of friends played Halo competitively when they were younger, and they met so many people from that, and like just meeting cool people or blah blah blah. And I've actually had a few people check out Sleepwaker, and like I've met on tour after playing video games with them and stuff like a random lobby. They're like, oh, like somehow a band or music comes up and like, oh yeah, I'm in a band, blah blah blah. And then tell them the
I'm that
name
guy
and they're
that
like, yeah.
starts that conversation. Be like, what kind of music you fuckers listen to?
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm definitely that guy.
Yeah.
I just gotta go for it. Otherwise, I don't know.
I usually feel a little weird. It's like when I see a band or something and they don't have the best graphic design, I feel weird going up to them and be like, hey dude, I'm a graphic designer, like let me help you out. I'd rather they like I prefer it when they come up to the Sleepwaker table and they go, oh, your shirts are cool, like who does them? And then I hop on it.
It's not like because it may not sound like this, but you're pretty much saying, "Hey, your artwork's kind of shit," but I can.
Like, I definitely overthink.
Yeah,
I definitely overthink those kind of situations. I envy your ability to just like hop on it.
Like the worst part is like it low key sounds like that, no matter what. If you go to them first, no matter what, and it's terrible to say that too. It's like, I'm kind of. I could do better if you want.
There have been a few bands where it's been like we eventually get on the topic of like, oh yeah, we're thinking about doing some merch design. It just comes up naturally, and I'm just like, okay, here we go, and I didn't have to get that like whole.
What you got in mind?
Yeah.
Nah, man, you don't want to be like me, who just like shamelessly will open up a conversation with. So I do a podcast. No, you don't want to be like.
No, I mean, dude, I envy that sometimes. Like,
I mean, with the way that I do it, because I don't really talk to people online. I'm more of a face-to-face kind of guy. Well, Pat is an online guy, which is funny because it should be the complete opposite direction. But like usually I'll walk into a store or something with my girlfriend and somebody will see my heavy metal shirt or something like that. And then we get on the topic and I say, hey, I have this podcast. You can listen to it if you want. I meet a lot of people actually from doing that, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
So here's the next question then. Do you ever walk around wearing your own merch?
I mean, well, okay, so I do walk around wearing merch that I have designed.
Okay.
But sometimes I wear like Sleepwaker shirts that I really like or something like that. But I also personally, I don't necessarily like to make band logos like the band name the biggest thing on the merch.
Right.
Like sometimes I think it's cool to like include like a little name here and there, like cool logo focus that's not the band name or something, like text or whatever. So if it's a Sleepwaker shirt I'm wearing, usually I try not to wear like something that expressly says Sleepwaker, just like something that's more like we have a t-shirt. I don't know. I probably have it somewhere back there, but it's our skin tee from when we released that song. It's like it's just the skin logo and then a big backdrop of like an android guy with the So like I wear that one sometimes, but otherwise no, I don't really think there's. Actually today I was wearing the Sleepwaker dad hat with the logo.
I love dad hats. I love dad hats.
But yeah, like I think stuff like that. I don't care too much. The Holofront guys wear a lot of their own merch. I think it's kind of hilarious.
Nothing wrong with it.
I don't think it's. I don't know. I can't fault someone for wearing their own merch. Like,
no.
If you like it, like, I almost think it's better for you to enjoy your merch that much than to like just have something that you're like, I wouldn't wear it, but
I mean, it wouldn't
buy it.
Like,
that's not the right outlook to have.
Yeah, I mean, it would make sense. It's like if you get a sponsorship and you have to wear it for a sponsorship. Fucking wear it. Like, it's not. You're not selling out. I mean, somewhat you are, but you know what I mean. It's like if you enjoy it and then you want to promote it, fucking wear it and tell somebody about it. Like it's.
I mean,
for sure.
Telling you right now, man, the day we start having merch, that's when I'm just gonna wear it around all the time.
Literally.
Because I'm so fucking basic now. It's funny. I look back on who I was like 3 or 4 years ago, and I have become so fucking basic that I just wear like a black V-neck t-shirt and whatever fucking pants are clean that day.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Well, Pat, you're a dad now.
I mean,
you're a dad now.
That's just it. It's
really that. Yeah. I just recently went through a bunch of my clothes and got rid of a bunch of like the old band tees that I don't really wear anymore and stuff like that. And I just went and I just used some of the wholesale sites that we order Sleepwaker merch through. I just ordered blank tees off of that. So I was like, you know what? I wear this stuff anyway. If it doesn't have a logo on it, it's probably better for like, promos and photos and stuff anyway. So
right.
I
But
will
then from
not.
experience, how the merch itself fits and feels.
Yeah.
And so without having to like face that stigma that some people have about wearing your own merch.
Oh yeah.
So in a way, I kind of get that.
Like I can't throw out any band merch at all, like t-shirts, even if they get small. Like I have 2 shirts that got super small, actually 3 that I can't find, and I'm gonna either make a sleeveless and just cut it down until basically it fits, or you can just frame it, like cut out the logo and stuff like that.
I really want to do that with more of my shit.
No, I'm gonna start doing that with like shirts that I cannot fit whatsoever. I have a Linkin Park shirt. The only Linkin Park shirt I have, I found it like a year ago, and it just does not fit at all.
I have. You remember Toonami? Did you ever?
Yeah.
Did you ever see those Toonami game stations that they used to have set up around? Like you'd walk up, you'd play a video game, and they'd give you like a reward if you got a certain amount of points or something.
Yeah.
I was in like second or third grade. Like I was tiny at the time.
I've heard of it, but I don't think I've ever.
So there's one in my town, and my mom and I were going to see a movie or something, stopped and played it, and they gave me a Toonami T-shirt that was like limited edition, can't get it anywhere else, only at these like specific places, and I still have it. And that's I put it up on Depop at one time, and some dude was like, "Dude, I'll pay $200 for this tee." And I was like,
"Fucking stop!"
All right, I don't want to sell it now. Like, I just want to keep it. Like, that's kind of cool, but.
No, I think that there's something to be said about like how much influence going into like a Hot Topic or like a Spencer Gift and seeing the wall of shirts.
Yeah,
that had a weird impact on me. It made me kind of want to turn my bedroom.
Exactly.
I don't know if anybody else listening went through that weird moment where you're like, yeah, I have to make the inside of my bedroom look like a Hot Topic store. I don't know.
I like I like the white wood like color aesthetic kind of stuff, but yeah, I definitely had a moment where I was like, that'd be kind of cool. The designs I do to like turn it into like a framed thing, or I don't know at some point. But otherwise, I've got the whole section of my closet that's just dedicated to like stuff that people have designed for and sent me. So it's just all those T-shirts lined up. I'm missing so many, but like, it'd be cool to get those at some point, like make a collection out of it.
Fuck yeah. I mean, personally, like if I, let's just say I was in like this massively successful band named Cum Bubbles, I would just keep all the original merch designs, like just keep 1 or 2 of them.
Yeah.
Hold on to them, wait, and just kind of see what happens with the project.
I kind of wish I did that. We had some old, like the Bitter T-shirts that we released. Like I kind of wish I kept some of those, and like we had like a Rainbringer T-shirt, and we had a Candlemaker T-shirt, and those were like, they're not great or anything. And I mean, I have all the design files. It's not like I can't go out and just reprint them,
make them again.
Some random dude. Yeah. But yeah, I definitely wish I had the originals or something, or I saved one. I know I had one at some point. I probably just lost it or gave it to someone or
because that's like a part of history too. Like when you really think about it, it's
for your own personal. Yeah.
There's something to be said about that. I mean, people have become through like since the beginning of quarantine and COVID and all that, like become more interested in collectible type shit. I mean, that's kind of
especially collecting. Jesus,
you know, Pokemon cards are like a huge hobby for people now. Like dumb shit like that. Like I don't see why not.
Yeah.
It's kind of giving me a reason to think more like that going forward when thinking about a brand or just any other brand. Really think, you know,
what's like the whole vinyl or flag thing going on. Like people are insane for flags right now. Like it's crazy. Like I've never really been a big flag guy, says the guy with 2 flags behind him, but but I do have, so like I just like I got this periphery one from a friend, our old guitarist actually, and then that's one from Eventide, just one that I did for fun. And then I went into a flag group, and I found out this guy over here, the Counterparts flag.
Oh, that's what that is.
Is worth like $200 or some stupid amount now. Like,
shit.
Yeah, like it's crazy. But so people have just been going crazy with collecting merch items and stuff. It's been good for bands, but also like it's kind of interesting to see. Like I'm wondering what it'll look like in the future.
I don't know if you've ever popped into the metal collectors and vinyl Facebook group.
Yeah,
that one's fun to just peek in every so often. Only because I'm not.
That's where I found that one. Not found that one, but found what it was worth. Because people were selling those.
I'm not like that with merch. I just
I've never been like that
because I want to use it, and when I see people take it that seriously, it reminds me that there is still like this demand for physical merchandise, and it's not just about t-shirts and stuff. Like,
it's promoting your brand, or it's like some sort of like brand loyalty, or people enjoy something and they have some personal connection, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
I love it. Yeah,
it's cool. I like it.
Every so often you should just pop in there just to kind of like make yourself feel good about the shit you like.
I mean, dude, like it's my livelihood. Like I help people like it. It's like,
exactly.
It's like, this is pretty sick. I'd love to, I like that the things I'm making, people are like collecting. People are super interested in getting.
Like I really want to get some Slipknot masks. Those masks were just like, just to hang them. Like there's especially maybe like one or two Corey Taylor masks. And definitely some clown masks, because his clown masks are crazy. Like some of his masks were pretty wild.
Am I the only one that was crazy about the pinhead thing?
I mean,
I loved that.
Cool. Like it's just, for me, it's dull. For me, it's just dull. I don't know why. I do see where you're coming from, but for me, it's just too dull. Like
it's just so simple.
Something.
That's what I love about it.
I feel like it's too simple for me. It's just too simple.
Maybe that's why I also like the Slaughter to Prevail mask. And just shit like that.
Actually, I was walking through, I think we were in California or something, and I saw the Slaughter to Prevail masks being sold by this like not a pawn shop, just some oddity store or something like that.
That's funny.
And it was like painted different or something. Someone like, obviously, I mean, I don't know if it was like those masks were sold by some place. They bought those and they painted them to be the Slaughter to Prevail masks or something. But like, I think there's like probably some Chinese company out there that makes like a ton of those and ships them around.
Oh, there is.
Okay.
There definitely is. I've seen them on Amazon. I've seen them on Wish. And what's funny to me about it is like I see not only that they like try to make their own edition of like a copy of it, but I've also seen a couple where they try to string the lights through it too. And I'm like, you took it from being cheesy to just being trash.
Yeah. Well, see, I don't know if like I'm thinking that the Slaughter to Prevail one wasn't the first. Like they just found that design and used it, and then
who knows?
We're just like. Yeah, I'm assuming it's probably like Slaughter to Prevail found that style of mask and started using it, and then this company like already sold them or something. But now people are finding them or something, and then they're going like, "Oh, this is the Slaughter to Prevail mask," but really it was like some company that did it like a long time ago or something.
That'd be funny as shit.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true or not, but I love the.
Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, that's what I thought at first. I thought it was like, oh, they just went out and bought like simple mask or something.
I swear, you see that mask almost everywhere now. Like everywhere.
Yeah.
It's a filter on Instagram now.
Yeah.
That says a lot about branding.
Yeah.
No, it does. It's funny because like when I've seen a couple of times where Alex has gone on rants about people like buying those China copies of his mask.
Oh yeah.
Does not like it.
Yeah.
For good reason. I mean, that's his bread and butter right there.
Oh yeah. It's like the Amazon ripoff brands of like you get like the Metallica ones and stuff like it's not actually Metallica selling it and like but I mean, Bill Murray has that problem too. There's so many Bill Murray designs that are popping up on Amazon, and he's like, I was talking to him about it. He's like, dude, I gotta get it taken down somehow. Like, people are gonna order it. Like, okay, so like, they're not using the original design. It's like they're just taking the JPEG from their Instagram, and then like, which is a tiny image. Like cutting it and then using like a shitty printer to get it onto this like crappy t-shirt. So people are buying like a $20-$30 Bill Murray shirt thinking it's from Bill Murray, and it's really from some random dude that has no connection, that literally just ran up on like my Instagram or something and stole one of the designs from
It's
a fucking Instagram screenshot or something.
Like a 300 pixel by 300 pixel.
Yeah.
Like, that they blew up somehow just enough to cover the shirt.
Yeah.
It,
It's crazy how stuff like that is still kind of prevalent. It's like the guy that was, there's like a guy that got in trouble for selling fake attack flags or something. And like, yeah.
I mean, I can see why Alex Terrible was pissed off because a lot of people are coming to him for complaints about the mask.
Exactly,
it's like,
exactly.
Yeah,
That's the biggest thing.
that.
It's such a brand image, like it's such a ding to your brand image and like how quality you are. But
he was like, dude, don't just buy off of. I know it's hard to get my mask, but buy it off of me.
Point.
Yeah. It's like Supreme. Like if Supreme was just like regularly available all the time,
that's true.
Their white t-shirts would not sell for as much as they do.
Yeah.
And that's how they can sell it. That's how they were allowed to sell it for like oh sorry, I got a call. That's how they're allowed to sell it for like $20 a t-shirt and then people resell it for like $300. Like that's how it's kind of crazy.
Funny to think about that, really, just because that could happen to anybody.
Yeah, I mean that's how Bitcoin got so big. It's same kind of concept. But let's not get into crypto.
Yeah, well, no, please.
I don't know enough about crypto to talk about that. But
exactly.
Okay.
What's funny though is that fucking Counterpart sold that really expensive shirt, and it was just a Champion shirt, right? It was
the Champion hoodie,
some like a hoodie or something.
Oh, that makes sense to me. Like especially during a pandemic when they were doing the shirts for $100, like people started complaining, like $100 for this. It's like, dude, that makes total sense. Like from being in a band, I absolutely get it. Like if you're gonna not only that, the demand side of it, but just like, dude, if you're spending $20 to print a t-shirt, then you're selling it for $100, you're only making $80 of that.
True.
The band, I guarantee, has a manager. Then you have probably a booking agent. You probably have like, some other stuff you have to settle, and you probably have debts. So like, the amount of money you're actually making from a t-shirt is probably closer to like $30 or something. And the amount of time,
little to none.
The amount of time that they put into it. Yeah, it's crazy.
And like, I don't think it was a Champion. I think it was a Gildan.
Okay. Well, I mean, either way, it's like whatever it's worth to people. Like as long as they know it's a Gildan or something. And there are Gildan hoodies that are good. Like Gildan bought out. I'm getting into the nerdy screen printer shit, but Gildan bought out Comfort Colors Gildan started Comfort Colors, and they bought out American Apparel, so they got the rights to all the.
Oh, I didn't even know American Apparel.
They're still around, but they bought all these like templates, basically like the cut styles. So Gildan has actually been changing how they do their production and how they cut their t-shirts, so it's not the shitty boxy like.
Yeah, right.
So you can get bad ones. There's still bad ones. Gildan 2000s or like the Gildan, the basic Gildans. I don't remember what they're called, but like Gildan Hammer is solid. Like there's a bunch of different Gildan brands that are good. So like, there's some people that probably saw Gildan and went like, oh fuck that, but like it's actually not bad.
I remember the argument being like, I'm gonna go buy one of these, like the basic ones at Walmart and then just print it at home. I remember seeing that argument. I'm like,
I mean, it's like, dude,
something you can really do.
Yeah, I mean, like if you print it at home, it's gonna be a shitty copy, like
a home.
Also, if you do it from some random dude and you print it for like a one-off T-shirt, you're just gonna spend like around $30 anyway. Because a screen printer, an actual screen printer, is gonna charge you a ton of money for one shirt. It's not like you can go and get like 3 shirts screen printed for really cheap.
Yeah,
they have to still make the screen. They have to still do that. The more shirts you order, the cheaper it gets. So
I remember I was looking into how much it is to get a 3D printer, and I was like, okay, this is not a venture for me.
I got into 3D recently.
I don't even want to know how much that is because I know it's going to be a lot.
Depends if you want a good one or not.
You can get a pretty decent one for about $300. Like I have a friend that just recently got one.
Honestly, I thought it'd be a little bit more.
One. But even then, you can still only actually print out what, a foot or something.
Yeah, it's like a foot by a foot. It's it's not big by any means. No, but if you want the big one, it's a lot of money.
Like
but there's still
something.
Yeah. Which actually, to be honest, it's not crazy. Like to think $1,000 would get you a 3D printer that you could make
That's
$1,000
true.
worth of stuff off of it pretty
Absolutely.
easily. Yeah. But
What I
either
think
way,
people
it is still
forget
it's an investment.
You still need the materials.
Yeah, also that too. Yeah.
Well, but at that point, if you're doing stuff with materials, like get some test prints, make sure you're good at it, and then sell a couple pieces off. You could probably make $1,000 back or something. But,
you probably could.
But yeah, that's if you want to do that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I know someone that was making shelves that like you drill into your wall. Just cool looking ones. 3D printing them, and they were selling them on Facebook Marketplace for like $20 a piece, and it cost them like 30 cents to make them, basically. But
that's awesome.
You're hurting the case that I've made in my head that like this isn't a good idea for me to do.
Oh yeah, it's not a good idea. Yeah, you have to learn. So the other thing is think of your time investment, how much money you're making from the time you're investing too. So like if you're making money off of a t-shirt, you get a design, hire someone to do that, get a t-shirt printer. The amount of time you're really realistically spending is like probably 3 hours of emailing back and forth. So 3 hours of doing that, and then you're investing the money to actually get it printed and the design costs and all that.
Yep.
At that point, that's way cheaper than going and buying a 3D printer and doing like $20 a piece, making $17, but in the long run, you're putting in way more work than it's worth. Plus, you have to learn the 3D software.
That's what I was gonna say. You still got to learn how to actually use the piece of equipment. It's a skill. It's a skill like anything else.
Yeah. So next up on the new trade podcast,
exactly.
Trade skill podcast.
Trade. We're talking crypto next. We're gonna also be talking about NFTs. You're not gonna want to miss out on the NFT.
Buy Doge. Doge. Get Doge to the moon. $1.
I'm actually gonna. I'm gonna tell you right now. I put $50 into that. We're gonna see what happens.
Yeah, me and my band members put in a decent amount of money when it first started taking out as like a joke, and then started actually taking off, and we're like,
it's a meme.
All right, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I put it in when it was like still like 2 cents or something, like when it was like, oh, it's never going to go anywhere, and then all of a sudden it started taking off, and I was like, I put a little bit more in now.
Hold up.
Like that's the cool thing about investing is like you just if you're not a gambler, if you have a gambler, you don't invest, but
exactly.
And let it sit. Let's just see what happens.
Yeah, you still got it. You don't lose anything until you pull it out. But
oh god, I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm not mature enough to handle a conversation like this. Oh god, I think like the only two things that I have actually invested in is fucking Tesla and Doge. What does that tell you? I'm a big fucking Elon Musk stan.
Yeah.
What can I say? I follow the memes.
Yeah.
Follow the memes. Not good advice, by the way. If you're listening to this thinking, Patrick from NUMUSICK and Frankie from Sleepwaker did this, I should go invest.
Yeah, no, you'll probably lose money. If you're investing, you are throwing your money into the void. You will never see it again. That's how it works.
Good chance.
Yeah.
Yep. But I think that just about wraps things up. I don't think there's any other questions I had ready to go. Did you, Kyle?
No, I think that should be it.
All right. So you guys know what to do. You've made it this far. You comment, subscribe. You go follow Sleepwaker on all the socials. And you should probably turn notifications on for these guys because I think they're going to drop some heat pretty soon.
Probably.
No specific.
Tomorrow.
And Kyle, what do they do to that bell button?
You fucking crowd kill the shit out of that bell button.
I'm gonna make it your bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, I never asked, Frankie, who do you want to shit talk or thank before we let you go?
Fuck Oliver.
There it is. That's it. All right, bye.
That was great.
Yeah.
I was not expecting